I'm pretty sure no matter what your business is, there's got to be something interesting that's going on semi-often, right? Maybe once a week, every couple weeks, something interesting is happening that would be interesting enough to let your customers know, your potential customers.
You know, the thing is, it's that whole blindness though. You got to stop being blind to your business. I had this client that was an author, and we rebuilt this whole we actually built 2 websites with him, one for his publishing company and one for his author website. And we were talking about different things to add on there, and he was talking about social media and what he should be posting and things like that. And so I asked him about like what he was doing, and he's like, yeah, blah, blah, and I have a book signing coming up. I'm like, you have a book signing? Like, that's awesome. And he's like, I do book signings all the time. Who cares if you do them all the time? To people who aren't like authors, like that's cool. Like people want to meet you. People want to hear about that kind of stuff. So he thought it was just like, well, it's every day. It's, you know, what I do. So you can't be blind to those kind of things. You have to share those types of things that other people are going to think are interesting. Plus you have brand new people coming in. You got to say the same thing over and over again, because you always have somebody new coming in that doesn't know that stuff. You know, if you're like, oh, well, I already told everybody that I do a book signing, or I do book signings once a month, or whatever, you know, that thing is, somebody new coming in doesn't know that. So you got to say it again. You have to introduce yourself again, tell your story again, tell your why again, tell those cool little things, because people don't know. People are coming in at different times. People don't remember. Maybe they didn't read that stuff. So it's easy for you to be blind on those types of things. And so maybe you need to ask somebody outside of your business, or try to come up with maybe like 10 things that you need to constantly be putting out there. And then if you do an email that goes out to people twice a month, maybe you just grab one of those items. If you have 10, that gives you 5 months of things that you're always making sure. So that way you don't have to come up with a new idea. Because it's like, you know, starting with a blank page, we always say like never start with 0. Like don't start with a blank page. Start with one of these ideas and then just kind of go off of that. And it's one of those things, the more you do, the better you get, right? Sean's so good at sending emails, you guys. Like if you sign up for the Miles Through Time newsletter, Sean sends emails. Sean sends emails with pictures. Sean tells us stories. He tells the same things. He tells different things. Tells about what's going on, new things coming in, things going out, things that they need. Sean sends emails like when he needs something, and people come out and help him. If he wouldn't have asked, nobody would have known he needed help, right?
It's actually amazing. Crazy how much the museum has gotten just from the emails I've sent out. And the thing is if I'll do the same thing on social media, I'll share something that's, you know, we need whatever it is. It almost never comes from that. It always comes from email responses.
And you don't know who's on that email list. Sean has people from all over the place. People have emailed him or have donated money, and they're like, I live in California. I hope to come out there one day, you know, glad to help you out. Like, it's amazing. Like, you don't know who's on your list.
Well, see, and specifically for the museum, I see that. Like, I know there's a lot of people on there that may not ever visit the museum. And I'm not going to poo-poo them, you know. I'm not going to be like, oh, they're never going to give me $7, you know. You know?
Right.
So I want to tell them how things are going. You know, this is what's new. This is what we're doing. Keep people excited. Say these are the things that we want to do, and here's how you can help. And like there's always something to say. The only thing that I try to do is I don't want to send an email every single week that is nothing but we need this, donate this. Like it's too much. People are going to unsubscribe, and I like it would be annoying to me. I want to know, hey, this is the car that's coming in, and we got car shows coming. There's all these things, and you know, I might not say anything about donations.
You know what? Like, I've talked about Gibbs Gardens before, but they send an email once a week at least, and they give an update on what is blooming. And so they don't just say, hey, the azaleas are blooming. They're like, the azaleas are blooming, and we have this many azaleas and they're this kind and this kind. And then you can click and you can see all these pictures of everything that, like, they're constantly saying what's going on, and maybe azaleas aren't your thing. Maybe roses are your thing. Maybe you're gonna wait until the roses are blooming to come. But if they just assumed, oh, everybody knows that like roses bloom, and I don't know when roses bloom, but you know what I mean? It's like that assuming that people just know. They don't. And they tell all these things, and just like the museum, like you never know what that one thing is. Maybe somebody was waiting for that car to come in. They're like, oh my God, my grandpa had that car. I gotta go. You know, you got to keep putting all that different stuff out there, because you don't know who's on your email list that they need that they want to hear that's going to be the thing that pushes them to the next level, to have them come in, to have them buy from you.
And then stuff like the flowers, like that keeps them from unsubscribing. Like you're like, oh, what are they going to tell me on the next email?
Right, and they put like beautiful, like they go around, they're like, these pictures were taken on the 23rd, and then they have all these pictures of like what's going on there. And so it's not like they're like, buy Jim's book, buy the book, though that's always mentioned in an email. They have so much content that's interesting, that's changing. Plus they're kind of following the same type of, like, I know what to expect from them. Like people for yours, they probably know, oh, Sean's got to change at the museum. So they know that they're getting an email that's saying, oh, Sean needs something, Sean's got to change, Sean has an event coming up. So they kind of start to know what to expect, and they probably look for it. Mm-hmm. Now I want to know what's happening at the garden. Even if I can't go, maybe next year we'll get to go and catch the azaleas, because we were busy this year and we can't do it. So they may not have got me for the azaleas this year, but now I kind of have it in my mind that a year from now, I want to go, that maybe now I'll renew my annual membership because I missed the azaleas this year and I want to see them. So now they got me another year because of this email that I sent out. See how that kind of can all connect? So sending out that email, super important. But people have to be able to find the sign-up form. Pop-up, frickin' great. Absolutely works. People have them because it works.